Welcome back to 12 Rounds of Adrenaline with Tony the Tiger Lopez. Today we have a couple of guests today, and these two guests are going to be fighting at Tortoise Shell Boxing in Sacramento on August 5th and 6th. It's a two-day tournament. So they might be fighting one day, or they might be fighting both. It all depends on what happens, but I'm sure they'll be fighting one day. Our first guest is going to be Eli. And Eli's here. He weighs 170 pounds. He has 0 fights. He just started training with me not too long ago. And then, I guess you had some boxing experience, right?
Yeah.
And then, he had some boxing experience. He came back over here, I've been training him for how long now?
5 months.
5 months. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
And this is Andrea. And it's Andrea. I was told I had to get it right. Now, she's just started boxing, and again with Eli, they came in together, and so she's been training for
Same 5 months.
5 months, and now she's never had a fight at all. Before that, she never sparred, she never did anything, and it was funny because the first time she sparred. We took her down to this other gym, and there's not too many girls in Sacramento that are fighting her weight. She's at 135 at her weight, so she has to spar with boys sometimes. And sometimes the boys want to try to hit her harder, beat her up a little bit. And the first day it was kind of funny I thought it was kind of funny because she comes back, she gets out of the range, her nose was red. And it was kind of funny because I remember when I first started training, I had a red nose too. So it's kind of like a boxing thing, I guess, but it was kind of funny. And anyway, but since then, she's developed, she's learned a lot. She's a lot more focused. Both of them are pretty powerful punchers, to be honest. So, I'm interested in seeing how far they can go. I, as your trainer, think you both are pretty well. You guys are pretty well headstrong on knowing what you want to do. That's what I caught from you guys. That you guys will do whatever it takes to do the job right. That's what I get out of you guys. And you come in the gym every day. You train hard. Every day. I'm not trying to kill you every day, but when you train hard, you never say no to sparring, which is it's a good sign. You go in some gyms and some fighters go, I don't want to spar today. How do you mean you don't want to spar today? I mean, why are you here? You know what I mean? But you've never done that. And the reason why I feel that you can bring you in here and talk to you because you guys are like that, because you are that. This is what you want to do. I'm not saying it's your dream, but you never know. What could start off as some exciting fun can turn out to be a big dream. You never know. I'm going to be the first one to tell you that, hey, man, you never know. And so now Eli, tell me, tell the people, are you right-handed, left-handed? What do you do?
Right-handed, orthodox stance, regular. I rely a lot on my left body shots, left hook. That's usually where most of my power is, but I've been trying to change it up with you, listen to you, what you say, focus on the inside fighting, keep the head movement, not the same back and forth, but moving around,
right,
getting out of the way.
Okay, so now, okay, with you, what do you if when the fight goes good and you come out with winner, what are your plans? I mean, right now, how do you feel like because I mean, for my first amateur fight, I can think of my first amateur fight. I was excited. I was like, oh shit, let's go. Ooh, yeah, for real. It's like, that's what it was like. How do you feel?
Excited. I mean, I don't feel too. It feels like, honestly, like if you knew you're going to spar, like I'm not going to be in front of Arco Arena or anything. Like, it's kind of going there, do what I do my work, do my best. I'm not too nervous. I'm crazy excited, but it kind of just feels like it's going to be just
going to be all right.
Yeah. I'm going to go in there. I'm going to go 3 rounds, maybe 2, maybe 1. We'll see.
Right.
But, yeah. It doesn't feel like too much yet, but we're still a whole month out.
Yeah.
I can't say what it's going to feel like Friday, Saturday night,
Right.
That would probably be a different vibe.
And you're right about that, because as a matter of fact, I was telling both just yesterday that we might go light for another week through the learning process of boxing. After that, after this following coming week, after that week, then it's all about training. There's a difference, when I train them before, they're always teaching, always learning, trying to perfect what they were doing. After next week, that's over, and then we go to start training to get ready for a fight, which is totally different. And I was telling these guys, it's not going to be no more. Well, of course I'm going to correct you if you're doing something wrong, but I'm not going to really focus on that too much. As if you're doing it pretty good, I'm not going to really cry about it. I need to get you in shape. Uh, my theory is this: I'm not into the whole new boxing thing of how boxing is going nowadays, where they're not fighting as hard or they're not doing well. These two, I'm telling you, are going to fight very hard because that's just their style. It's not nothing I developed. That's what's in them. That's what they came to me with, and so which makes it easier to train you guys. It really does. You guys are blessed to train because you don't I don't have to tell you what to do. You'll just do it. And if I tell you to go shadow box, you shadow box hard. So the other kids that I train, I got to stand their butts. You got, hey, come on, do this harder, punch harder, blah blah blah, the whole 9 yards. You two, I don't have to do that, which is easier for me because you're doing half my job for me. So and they really, I really don't think you had anticipated fighting ever. I don't know if you did or didn't, but here you are. You're about a month away from your first fights. Well, you've already had one, right?
Yeah, back
So
in
this-
17.
Yeah. So yeah, a few years ago. So, but you never had one,
Never thought I'd even get into it.
right? But here you
Here
are.
I am.
Yeah.
That's how it goes, though.
Yeah, but you know what? But here's the thing: the reason why you're here, honestly, for me, the reason why you're both here, because both of you can fight, and I'm impressed. I'm impressed by how hard you train. Oh yeah. Well, after this next week of training, the week after that is going to get a lot harder. Not harder per se because I got to learn this. Not that. It's going to get harder. I'm going to work your asses off.
Yeah.
I'm going to make sure you're ready to punch every second of every round for those 3 rounds. I don't care if it's 1 round, 1 minute, or 3 minutes. You're going to punch for every second of that round because that's what amateurs do. But guess what? You're going to have some defense. You're going to have a great offense. You're going to have some good defense, and you're going to have angles. You're going to do stuff that amateurs don't even do anymore. And that's what I like about these guys because they try stuff. As trainers out there, you train some fighters, and you're telling them, and then they start sparring because you're training them how to do all these movements, and they really don't do anything. And so you're yelling at them, and they still don't do it. Well, these guys, if you tell them something, you show them something, they go in and try it on their own, which is really good, So, what do you think is going to be like? What do you think is going to be like when you hear ding, round 1? What are you going to do?
I'm gonna set the tone.
How are you going to do that?
I'm gonna step out there, get out there first, get the head movement going, get the jabs moving, and then drop 5 punch combinations. 4 and 5 gonna be real hard. Let him know from the start that it's a war.
Okay.
Because also I know how it is getting hit by somebody hard, being in the ring and being like I have no control. And once they feel that, it sets the whole tone for the fight. So
Right. you're gonna get hit really hard. What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna keep moving my head and keep punching until I get